All right. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to On the Porch Sunday afternoon. Quickly, Brandon Marsh placed on the injured list. Not surprising. We talked about this on the radio show on Friday that we probably envisioned this happening. Marsh did not play over the weekend, so this is not a big surprise to anybody, I would imagine, that Marsh being placed on the injured list. Not a big surprise. So we'll start with that. Brandon Marsh on the injured list. They bring up Cal Stevenson in his place. So Cal Stevenson will be the left-handed, Brandon Marsh. He'll probably split some time with Johan Rojas in center field. Rojas had a good game yesterday, 3 for 5, 3 runs scored, a bunch of stolen bases for the team yesterday. Rojas was among them. Rojas yesterday showed you why I have said, listen, Rojas isn't going to win a batting title or anything, but he adds more to the team than Marsh does. He can run. He's a better defensive player. He gets on base by accident. I mean, he's on base right now. His on-base percentage is over 400 right now, Johan Rojas. And you're thinking, this guy can't hit. I agree. He doesn't have to be able to hit. He's not going to be Tony Gwynn up there. But as long as he puts the ball in play, and quite frankly, I don't want him to hit the ball all that hard all the time. A little nubber down the third baseline, push the ball past the pitcher, something like in between short and third, make a long throw. Those type of things is where Johan Rojas is way more valuable than Marsh is. Marsh just adds nothing. He's a strikeout machine. He might pop a home run 14 to 16 times a year, which is great. But other than that, Marsh just adds nothing to this lineup, especially deep in the 9-hole. Look, if you're going to hit in the 9-hole, I need you on base. I need you to find ways to get on base. I need you to not strike out. I need you to walk. Now, Rojas doesn't walk nearly enough for a guy hitting in the 9 spot. But I think if Rojas just gets more, he needs just more and more and more and more experience. That is the one problem with this whole situation, is that he just doesn't get to play enough. And I know he's played enough. We've seen enough. Rojas is just such a raw young guy that I think you just need to play him, let him make his mistakes, hitting in the 9-hole, but hope that the things that he does well, you benefit from. So this might be a blessing in disguise to get Rojas a little bit more playing time. I don't know that that's their plan. I don't know what they're going to do with Cal Stevenson, because quite frankly, you need the left-handed player to play more than the right-handed player if you're going with a strict platoon. So you would think Stevenson might get more of the playing time. But if I'm the Phillies, I just roll Rojas out there for 5 days a week. Stevenson gets the other 2. Let Stevenson play against a right-hander here or there. So Johan Rojas' splits against right-handers against lefties aren't all that great. So whatever. That's the situation. The Phillies have placed outfielder Brandon Marsh on the 10-day injured list. Retro to when he got hurt, that ball that was hit the center field the other day, he kind of tweaked his knee or whatever. It looks like a hamstring strain, they're saying. So hamstring is a new kind of a situation there. They hadn't said that before. But if you want to read into it, that they just need to kind of send him down. He's been struggling so much. He's been terrible. Brandon Marsh has been absolutely horrendous. He's overmatched at the plate. He's guessing at the plate, and he's striking out at the plate. So Marsh, 0.95. He is 4 for 42 with a home run, 5 ribbies in 17 games. So we'll see what the Phillies end up doing there. The lineup is not quite out yet. I would imagine they put this news out, and then they are probably celebrating the Fanatic's birthday today. But as soon as the lineup drops, we will be getting that to you right here on the porch, which we will continue to try to add. We did the show yesterday. So if you're watching on YouTube or the X platform, do me a favor, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. That subscribe button certainly is the biggest helper for everything on YouTube. If you like the show, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. if you're watching on the X platform, hit that repost button to get it out there to more people. And the more people we have commenting and liking and sharing, the more we can do these videos. It certainly helps to get all that out there for the algorithm. So your thoughts on the comments section. Thank you, Broken Bell. Appreciate you, as always, getting involved on the chat. If you're out there in chat world, if you're able to chat or wherever you are. A lot of people watch on the X platform, which is really odd to me. I usually go to YouTube when I try to watch. It's just better because I can put it on my TV. I don't know where you're watching from, but appreciate you guys watching wherever you are. So let's get into this. Marsh is out. I would imagine Rojas will be in the lineup today. Again, he had a good game yesterday, 3 for 5, 3 runs scored, stolen base, had a double. His speed has been a big factor for this team. He is definitely using the speed. Gets to second, goes over to third, ends up scoring a run. They have manufactured a couple of runs now because of the way that Rojas has got on base. If you look at what Rojas brings to this team also is the defense. He made that play in center field. And if you're going to play Schwarber yesterday in left field, if you're going to have Edmundo Sosa, now I know they had the big the bonehead play in center field, but if you're going to play Sosa or Schwarber or Castellanos, having Rojas in center field, definitely a benefit to this team. All right. So when the lineup drops, we'll get to that. Yesterday, Taijuan Walker. Let's talk Taijuan Walker if we can real quick. Walker yesterday, I thought kind of tiptoed his way through that game. Is that a word to describe? He kind of tiptoed his way and then had a little bit of shoulder problem when he exited the game. So it sounds like a kind of a minor issue here, but he said he'll be ready to go. But 5 earned runs in about 20 innings this year to date. So he's been okay. He kind of, again, tiptoed his way through that game yesterday. I wouldn't say that he was, man, look at Taijuan Walker. But third game he has thrown. His ERA is 2.30, 120 whip. It'll be interesting to see what the Phillies do with him. What's his role after this whole, Suarez thing is kind of finished, because Suarez is going to throw probably one more time, I would imagine. And I think they said they want to try to get him up to like 90 pitches. So that would be one more time. You would think, what's this, Easter week? So you got next weekend would be the first week of May. So there's a possibility you could see him maybe that week of May when the Phillies play Arizona and Tampa Bay. So I would keep an eye out on that. So Walker pitched yesterday. Today you get Jesus Luzardo, number 1. The odds for Luzardo for strikeouts today, I am taking that number. Whatever his strikeout numbers, I'm taking the over. Remember, this is his former team, the Marlins. His strikeout totals today, by the way, are over under 6.5. It's minus 135. Not great odds, but I would definitely jump in on that. I think you're going to see a tremendous performance from Luzardo today against his former team. I definitely think that this kid has just given a jolt to the Phillies rotation. So I think you get the sweep today. I think you get the sweep today behind the pitching. Yesterday's game, we got to get into that. All right, 11-10 yesterday. And got to figure out what's going on with Romano and whether or not you can keep Romano. All right, by the way, here's the Phillies lineup. It just dropped for you here. Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Bohm, Rojas, and Marchand. So Marchand is in the lineup today, and that is the only change in this lineup for the Phils. Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Bohm, Rojas, Marchand. Couple things. And Nick Earnshaw from Nick's Nuggets is going to join me in just a second here, because we got into it about Marchand the other day on the radio. So we're going to have him jump into the stream and kind of talk about it. But Stott back in the leadoff spot. Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos. Castellanos is back and right. Schwarber is now the DH. You've got Bohm, who had a couple of hits yesterday, and he is starting to get going as well. So if they can get Bohm going, coupled with the fact that Rojas is giving you a little something, now the bottom of the order is starting to give you a little something. Now, you're doing it against the Marlins, so I'm not going to sit here and say, get excited about this, but you got to start somewhere. You get a couple of hits, starts to get the confidence going, and that's where the Phillies' bottom of the lineup now with Bohm down there can certainly start to take off for you just a little bit here. So that is the big thing, is that Bohm down the bottom of the lineup. If he can get going for you, can this team start to take off down the bottom? And then how does Bryson Stott continue to work out of the leadoff spot? So far right now, I mean, Stott is up to 294. His on-base percentage is 364. That is the big number there. He's on base 36% of the time. That sets stuff up for Harper and Schwarber, those guys in the middle of the lineup. Yeah, I mean, you take a look at what they did yesterday. You had RBI from Harper, Castellanos, 2 from Kepler, 2 from Turner, Schwarber. Those are the names you want to have RBIs. Those are the guys that you want having the numbers, right? Those are the guys that you're saying, hey, if we're going to have RBI, we want it from that group of guys right there. So the lineup yesterday, it works out well. All right, we talked a lot on the Nuggets on Friday. So let's bring in, he's the host of the Shift podcast. We do Knicks Nuggets every day. He's on the porch. Hey, your boy Marshawn's in the lineup today. He's hitting.
He is.
We were just talking a little bit about Marsh going on the injured list. I kind of predicted this on Friday's show. But this is all predicated, that all of a sudden, my guy, Johan Rojas, starting to get going. And had a good game yesterday. So I think this is a predictable move by the Phillies, but they're sticking with this lineup again. Stott in the leadoff spot, 364 on base, and they're going for the sweep, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, against the Marlins, you can get things rolling a little bit, right? Get your confidence up and have Johan Rojas get some at-bats on a regular basis. I think that's the preface of this whole thing. And by the way, I'm on my porch too. I just want to let you know I'm on my porch too. I figured I'd fit the motto of the show here, Mike Gill.
Yeah, we're on the porch, man. You got to be on the porch on the weekend. I said yesterday when we went live yesterday for the first time. Saturday, Sundays now that the weather has turned, we're on the porch. So you're on the porch with Mike Gill. Nick Earnshaw's popping in as well. We're going to have people popping in from time to time. And we have a lot more things we're going to be doing. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's a lot coming. Believe me, make sure you subscribe for that. But I think the one thing is just give Rojas, I would play him 5 days a week now. Just let him go. Everybody's like, Rojas stinks. He's not going to win a batting title, okay? His batting average is like 350. His on-base percentage is over 400. In 2023, when they called him up, he was unbelievable. His regular season numbers, now he struggled big time when they got to the playoffs. He was just completely overmatched, and that's predictable, by the way. But in the 9-hole in the regular season, if he just gets every day at bats, he's the kind of guy that needs to just play and learn. His big problem is he doesn't play enough. And then when he does play, he looks like he's constantly overthinking, and he's constantly making mistakes because he just doesn't have the experience. He's the kind of guy that is so raw. You just have to play him. You just have to bite the bullet and just play him. He's going to make his mistakes. But when he was his best in 2023, he was basically playing every single day because they had no other option.
Yeah, I mean, they had to put him out there in center field, and he batted right around 300, right? Obviously, in the playoffs, it didn't work because they were able to pitch to him. He couldn't hit the breaking stuff, all of that. But he's been in the league for 3 years now. I mean, we're going on 3 seasons now. Might as well just give him at bats, and this is an opportunity for him. Listen, if he takes Marsh's spot, that's fine with me. That's fine because he's a right-handed bat. He is a right-handed bat. If you can get that kind of production, him getting on base, stealing, if he can get bunts down, finally this year he can finally figure out how to bunt, and you've seen him get it down a couple of times. That's fantastic because that solves a lot of their issues on the right-handed side of things, And then you don't have to worry as much about going out and getting a right-handed power bat, and you can maybe even get a left-handed bat for left field or something at the deadline. They have to add offense at the deadline.
Here's the thing.
He would be huge. He would be huge if you could get more production out of that center field spot.
Here's the thing is, for the people who want Justin Crawford, you essentially have a Justin Crawford type of player who hits right-handed. Crawford is a guy who's not going to hit for power. He's going to be a speed guy, stolen bases, doubles, triples, that kind of thing. That's what Rojas could provide for you from the right-hand side, is a guy who doesn't have a lot of power, but he's got the speed. He can steal bases. He can cause havoc. But you just mentioned it. I said the one thing to me about Rojas is he gets on base by accident sometimes because he doesn't hit the ball hard. So he hits a little two-hopper in the infield, and then he beats it out. Those are the things you have to have at the bottom of the order. If he's on base, right now his on-base percentage is 400. If he's on base at that clip, now you turn the lineup over. And yesterday I thought was a great example. If you look at who had the RBIs in the game yesterday, it was Schwarber, it was Castellanos, it was Harper, it was Turner, because you had Rojas on base all day long. And Rojas, he did hit the double. Kudos to him for that. But I don't need him to hit doubles. Hit a little two-bouncer in the infield, beat that out, steal second base. You know why? Because those are the things that get the pitcher flustered. The double, the pitcher can wipe off. He's used to giving up a double. It's the little dinker in the infield where the pitcher starts to have a meltdown. Like, are you kidding me? This guy gets on base against me because he hits a little two-hopper. That to me is where the Phillies, and I've said this all along, he's just more, what he does gives the Phillies more chances to win than what Marsh does.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you can stick him in center field, this is an opportunity. Listen, Marsh is hurt. It sucks, whatever. He's had a rough start to the year. This is an opportunity for Rojas to take that center field job. I mean, he could own it right now. Just take it. It's for the taking. Marsh is giving you nothing. He can't hit lefties. If you can put Rojas out there, give him consistent at-bats, and he can give you decent production out of your center field spot, you're in good shape. That opens up what you can do later on in the season. You don't have to rush Crawford up. I've been a big proponent of rushing Crawford up because of the lack of production center field has been giving you overall. If Rojas can finally figure it out and play up to what we think he can do. I mean, listen, when he's down in the minor leagues and in winter ball, etc., playing in these different leagues, he's mashing the baseball. It's when he gets to the majors, he can't hit, it feels like. So maybe the tide is starting to turn.
What is the one big difference? In the winter ball and all these leagues, he's not facing as good at pitching. That's one big difference.
Exactly.
But the other big difference is he plays every day.
Yep.
He gets to play every day there in the winter ball and all those different situations, and he gets to go out there and play every single day of the week. And you see his numbers are kind of flourishing from that. Right now, by the way, he is at, let's see. By the way, in 2023, Rojas hit 302 with a 350 on-base percentage. You take that in the 9-hole, right?
Absolutely.
Right. And currently he's 345 with a 406 on base. Now, that is aided by yesterday by the fact that he did go 3 for 5. He has limited at-bats this year. But my point is, it's a taste of what he could add to the offense.
I know. I hope it's just not a tease. I hope it's just not for a couple of games here, and then he goes right back into falling apart again, not being able to hit breaking stuff, etc. Listen, the other night he hit the hardest ball of his career just a couple of nights ago. So that's a good sign that he's seeing the baseball and he's hitting it hard, even with the little dinks and dunks. If he's hitting the baseball that hard the other night, he's hitting doubles. That can build his confidence. And we know how much of a mental game baseball is. And Johan Rojas, if you give him a little confidence, I mean, these are the type of numbers he could possibly put up. It's just he just has to have those at-bats every single day. And if he gets them now, he's been in the league for a while, possibly he could do it. I could see it. He has the talent to do it. We've all seen it. And the defense is just another added addition.
All right, couple quick hits here. We got 3 minutes left to go before we get ahead. We gave you the lineup. Jordan Romano, awful again yesterday. I don't know if this is a product of, these closers who have to pitch when the game is kind of like not a closing situation. That's that. But he did throw the ball 96 miles an hour, so it wasn't a velo thing. He gave up the 2 home runs in the inning. Definitely something there. Griff McGarry's a guy. Keep an eye on him. McGarry was a big prospect, has kind of been struggling, but at Double-A Reading, 0.75 whip. He's got a ton of strikeouts. If he can command and control, he would be a guy to keep an eye on there. They definitely need bullpen help. You can't keep going to Kirkering and Strom and Alvarado and Romano every single day, and the rest of that group of guys not getting the job done. So I think that's something they got to look at too. Happy Easter to everybody out there on the porch here. We got a quick hitter for you so everybody can go enjoy their Easter meals or brunches or wherever you're going. But Earnshaw, good to have you jump on the porch here on this Sunday. And by the way, tell everybody, make sure they subscribe. We'll retweet the video out here a couple more times because we got a lot more content, a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff too coming right here. So subscribe to the channel and tell your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Subscribe at Mike Gill Show right there. You see it. It's right there. YouTube, Twitter, the whole 9. We got a lot of fun stuff on the way. I can't wait, Mike. Great joining you. Happy Easter to you and your family. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
See ya.